Lexi, the team had a big trip last week to open the season in California. You just want to give us some general comments on the first three opening games. I know your coach never schedules anything light in the opening season.
Yeah, our first three games were pretty tough. The first game was against UC San Diego, and they were in the regional championship last year, and they returned a lot of very good players. I think that was our first game, like really seeing like all the new people, like the intensity of Division II, because I think some people think that it's lesser, but the competition's just as equal as anywhere. It's very competitive. And then on Saturday night we played San Marcos. And that was a better game. I think we played a lot better than on Friday night, but we just ran out of steam, went down in the fourth quarter, and couldn't sustain the victory. So then we came to Monday, and I think we had a really good first half. There's a few, we're just really up and down right now, and I think we're looking for that consistency to go the whole game instead of just a quarter here, a quarter there, start of the whole game.
And certainly you'll be making adjustments both through the season, at halftime, even before the game. Sometimes you have to make adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
How is the team handling coming back this week?
I think we just need to really refocus, and today we had a better practice. We went through a few just like regular like defensive fundamentals, and I think this weekend we'll get some wins if we really focus in on the defensive end and finish it with some rebounds. And I think offensively we're doing good, but defensively is where we're going to win the games.
And let's talk about that. You're leading the team right now in three-point shots. Are you kind of seeing yourself as the go-to on the outside, or how do you see yourself offensively right now?
I think coming into this year, I didn't want to be more passive. I think when I see an open shot, I'm going to take it. I'm not going to be as tentative when I'm shooting, and I think that's what the team's going to look for me. If I have an open shot, I'm going to knock it down. And I think with any of our teammates, that's their mindset. If we have an open shot, that'll be maybe the best shot in our possession. So I think everybody needs to have that confidence to knock down some three-pointers and jump shots, layups, anything.
It's always nice to be home, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're really excited to have our first regular season games, and it's better to play on the home court and have our fan base here, and just everyone will feel a lot more comfortable, a better schedule, it won't be so hectic, and I think it'll be a benefit to us this weekend.
Marissa, the team opened up with 3 games in California. We just talked to Lexi about none of them being very easy, but I bet you learned some things in those 3 games.
Yeah, we learned a lot about ourselves in particular. We have a lot of new girls trying to step up and fill some big shoes on the court, and for them that's a little tough. I was there at one point in my career, and trying to get myself to play to a higher level, that's tough. But I think we learned a lot about our defense and how we need to kind of play quicker but not allow as much penetration into the key to pull help side and different things like that. And then our offense from there will just flow because we have very good shooters, drivers, everyone.
And that's always part of the challenge in the opening part of the season, especially if you don't have some of the core starters that you did the year before. You kind of have to figure out who you've got and where they're going to play. How is that? How are you working with that this week after your first 3 opening games?
I thought our practice today was very intense. A few freshmen stepped up, started talking a lot more, which was key. We need a lot more communication on the court. It's loud out there, and so the more you can talk, the better it is, especially on the defensive end. And so just having another good practice tomorrow, and I think we'll be ready for the weekend.
So last season you were one of the defensive sparks on the team. Let's talk about defense for a little bit. The team played well against Cal State San Marcos. They led the game for most of it. So let's talk about what needs to happen on the defensive side.
Well, I think me in particular, I can say I feel like my feet have been stuck in mud a little bit, and just to try to get out of that rut. But other than that, I think if we can just close out well the shooters, understand who drivers are, close and settle when needed, and just contain your man so you don't give up those easy layups, and just make them shoot the hard shots like jumpers. So.
Big weekend this weekend, hosting a tournament against Northern State, Cal Poly Pomona. Also, Black Hills will be here. Talk about what the team wants to accomplish this week. I know it's going to be a challenge in terms of just coming back from California, but I bet the team's excited too.
We are. We're very excited to kind of take what we learned from California. It was tough, but it's that the drive we need for the weekend, and I think we'll take that and get some chemistry going on the court and get things flowing, and hopefully our defense will make our offense flow and just go from there.
And one more question about the team overall. We talked to Lexi a little bit about incorporating the new players. How do you see the team coming together in the wake of some of the roster changes that you've had this year?
Honestly, I'm not too terrified for it, or nervous, I should say. I've been here 4 years now, considering I'm a redshirt, but I just kind of going off, this is very similar to flip-flop to my redshirt season. And it's going to take a little time, but I think just with a little reassurance to the freshmen, I think things will just start flowing.
Coach, some strong challenges for the Yellowjacket women's basketball team in their opening 3 games in California. What were some of the things that you saw out of your team's first couple of games?
I thought we had a lot of fight in us. We played some good teams down there, a really up-tempo style. We've had some adversity with injuries, and we just aren't a full unit right now. But it's a great opportunity for other people to get some minutes and to try to get better. And I felt the first game we played an excellent team. We hung with them for a while, but we really struggled with getting the offense needed down, early in the second half to kind of stay up with them. They push the tempo, and you can get caught up in it, and I think we did. And we actually ended up they got to the foul line a lot, and that was a big key. The second game against Cal St. Marcos, I thought the teams were pretty evenly matched. We played a good first half. It was close through 3 quarters. The first minute of the fourth quarter, a block charge went against us. I think it might have been the correct call, but it was, we thought maybe we had the charge, and they reversed it, and it was a and one situation. So it was like a 5-point play, and it took us. We got down, but then we came back again, and but we allowed them 31 points in the fourth quarter. They got hot in their own gym, but it was a good game. Could have went either way, and then Point Loma, a very good team, a lot of returning players. Thought we were doing a great job with them. You try to, again, slow the tempo down a little bit. It's hard, especially on the road. I think we pulled to within 3 early in the third quarter. I think we just ran out of gas a little bit, but got a lot of good performances. Riley Kane had a very good weekend. She's learning to score more with Alicia and Taylor, Vanessa out. I think that's a role she needs to do, and we get some consistent play from Tiana and Grace, and hopefully, we get better. We're excited to be at home.
And just talking to your players a little bit ago, they were saying that they feel today's practice was really well, and they feel like they just need to refocus this week.
Yeah, I trust them a lot. They're tough-minded young gals. They work hard. I can't ask for more than that right now. And I think if you respond to the adversity correct, you're going to get better. And our goal is to, fight hard and try to get. If we get into these close games, the next time we'll come out on top. But this weekend's tournament's really important to us. We're playing a couple teams we don't play a lot. 2 totally different styles from our opponent on Friday night in Northern State to Saturday with Cal Poly Pomona, but should be fun, and it's really nice to be at home for a little while.
And Cal Poly Pomona, you flip-flopped in the last couple of years. They took a game from you in the West region, and then you beat them in one of your first games last year. And then Northern State, this program hasn't faced before, so that should be a fun challenge.
Yeah, they're a very strong program out of their region. Usually go qualify for regional play. At least they have consistently throughout the years. Have some excellent size and a coach that's been there forever, so they definitely play a very deliberate style, and you're going to have to really be at your best. They run their stuff really well from what I've watched so far, and very fundamentally sound program. So we'll have our hands full. We really have to get on the boards and neutralize it, because I think they're going to have a little bit of a size advantage. then Pomona, like you said, we played them the last 2 years. We played them for the regional final 2 years ago in a close game there, and then last year we shot the ball really well down there just in a game. They were a young team like us a year ago, but that was one of our best shooting nights of the year, and hopefully we can do that again. But they're explosive, fast tempo, going to come right at you, and we're going to need to be ready and really defend the ball better. So far this year, that's been a weakness of ours. We're trying to defend it, but I think we're just fouling too much. So if we can do that without fouling, I think that will help our chances to win.
And like you were mentioning, you've had several players step up for you. I know Brenna Hall had a really good game, and you're expecting a lot from your freshmen this season as well.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity right now for the inexperienced players to get experience. We have several players that are, maybe helping on the defensive end but struggling offensively, or vice versa. And we're just trying to find that combination of players that can get it done at both ends at the same time. We have to go. You want to have depth this time of year, especially because it's just a grind through our schedule. So again, we hope to get some of our injured players or the players that are out back, but until then, it's full speed ahead with these, and I'm sure they're going to get better, and I'm excited to see their improvement.
And I know you'll be counting a lot on the leadership of players like Tiana and Riley. I'm sure they've been very supportive of your players so far this season.
Yeah, they're doing a good job being captains. I've also challenged or talked to Marissa lately. Marissa's in her 4th year here. She had a redshirt year. The 3 of them really need to lead their team by example on the court, but also keep us together off. And that's just a role that she hasn't had to do, but I think she can fulfill it and do a good job at that while also playing at a high level.
So a fun 2 days of basketball here at Alterowitz with the 3 teams that you have coming in. I'm sure everyone's excited to play in front of their family and friends.
Yeah, it'll be a great environment. The doubleheaders both days, thanks to the Red Lion Hotel and Convention Center for again sponsoring it. Without their sponsorship, the tournament wouldn't be possible to entice teams from out of town to come in. So that sure helps us, and I think it's in its, 10th, 12th year, something to that effect, but we really like it, and a tournament format is fun, and it should be some great basketball.
Thanks, Coach.